The Warriors and Clippers were neck and neck in one of the most intense matchups of the season. Stephen Curry and James Harden, the stars everyone expected to steal the spotlight, went head-to-head in a battle that kept fans on the edge of their seats. But what happened in the final seconds was something no one saw coming, a moment that will be talked about for years. As the clock ticked down and the fate of the game hung in the balance, one player stepped up in a way that left everyone stunned. This wasn't about the stars, but a rising hero who made all the difference. And the way it all ended, unbelievable. The first quarter tipped off with fireworks as Powell nailed a deep three, immediately putting the pressure on the Warriors. But instead of buckling, the Warriors responded in style. Melton answered with a quick three-pointer, setting the tone for what would be an electrifying quarter. James Harden, ever the playmaker, slid a slick pass to Zubac, who finished with a driving hook shot. Harden was just heating up, though. He followed it up with a blazing drive to the rim, finishing with ease. Steph Curry, refusing to be outdone, drove for a layup but hit the floor hard, leaving the crowd holding their breath. The Clippers capitalized on the chaos, as a flurry of no-look passes led to Zubac rising up for a monster dunk that shook the court. The Warriors quickly regrouped, floated down the lane for a running layup, scoring without a hitch. He didn't stop there. Right after, Kuminga slammed down a ferocious dunk, sending a clear message. He was taking over. Then in a highlight-worthy play, Jackson Davis threw down an alley-oop that left the crowd roaring in disbelief. Not to be outdone, Powell responded instantly with a floating jumper, followed by Zubac, who kept his foot on the gas, hitting a running layup of his own. Man piled on more points with a graceful reverse layup, putting the Clippers ahead. But the Warriors wouldn't fade quietly. Heil drained a clutch three-pointer to ease the pressure. Harden, sensing blood, hit back with another three, his signature step back sending the Clippers bench into a frenzy. With the quarter winding down, Payton elevated for a powerful dunk, trying to even the score. Anderson then gave the Warriors a final surge, throwing down a running dunk just before the buzzer. The first quarter ended in explosive fashion, with both teams trading blows. This game was shaping up to be an absolute thriller, but the battle was just beginning. The second quarter kicked off with a bang as Moody stormed through the defense for a vicious cutting dunk, setting the tone for a quarter full of thrills. Stephen Curry slashed through the lane and drained a cutting layup. Momentum shifted their way, with Melton sinking back-to-back running pull-up jumpers, leaving the Clippers searching for answers. But the Clippers weren't about to roll over. Out of nowhere, Porter Jr. silenced the crowd with a stunning turnaround fadeaway. Stephen Curry, ever the maestro, faked a three-pointer so convincingly it left his defenders in shambles, then dished it to Melton, who sank a deep three. Powell, refusing to back down, drove through the defense with a fearless running layup. But Curry, laser-focused, responded immediately with a layup of his own, reclaiming the lead for the Warriors. Green extended that lead further with a smooth jump shot, and moments later, Kuminga soared in for another cutting dunk, sending the Warriors bench into a frenzy. Just when it looked like the Warriors were pulling away, Zubac answered with authority. Zubac wasn't done. He followed it up with a tough turnaround bank hook shot, clawing the Clippers back into contention. Brown then tied the game in dramatic fashion, sprinting down court and throwing down a thunderous dunk. The battle was on. Hield stepped up for the Warriors, knocking down a fadeaway jumper that shifted the lead back in their favor. But Powell, cool under pressure, answered with a fadeaway jumper of his own, refusing to let the Warriors gain any separation. Moody struck back with a cold-blooded three-pointer, putting the Warriors ahead once again. Podziemski, appearing out of nowhere, delivered a driving, floating layup, extending the lead further. The energy was electric. Moody wasn't finished. He drilled another three-point jumper, pushing the Warriors to a 6-point lead, and the game felt like it was slipping away from the Clippers. But in the dying seconds of the quarter, Powell drained a clutch two-pointer, keeping hope alive for the Clippers as they closed the gap to 53-49. The third quarter opened with a bang as Coffey wasted no time sinking a three-pointer, putting the Warriors on notice. But Moody wasn't about to let the Clippers steal the momentum. He stepped back, cool as ever, and nailed a jumper to keep the Warriors on top. Then in a jaw-dropping moment, Jackson Davis exploded to the rim for a powerful dunk that had the crowd roaring in disbelief. But Highland wasn't shaken. He calmly drained a three-pointer of his own, keeping the Clippers in the fight. Looney responded with a tough layup, only for Spencer to answer back with a dagger of a three-pointer. The tension mounted as the Clippers fought to claw their way back, with Coffey driving in for a running layup that brought them within striking distance. Looney, sensing the pressure, knocked down a jumper to keep the Warriors afloat, but Christie struck back immediately, sinking a deep three-pointer to inch the Clippers even closer. Highland, feeling the heat, fired another three, and suddenly the Clippers were breathing down the Warriors' necks, the gap shrinking by the second. With just 2 minutes left in the quarter, Coffey made his move. He drained a smooth two-pointer, and for the first time in what felt like ages, the Clippers snatched the lead away from the Warriors. Waters appeared out of nowhere and launched a three-pointer, reclaiming the lead by a razor-thin margin. The Clippers, refusing to back down, struck back immediately as Miller sank a two-pointer, tying the game once again. And then, with just 1 second left on the clock, Darling took the ball, drove in, and drained a two-pointer that snatched the lead back for the Clippers. The crowd erupted in disbelief. The Warriors were down, and the game had turned into an absolute thriller. The final quarter erupted with drama right from the start. Waters, wasting no time, fired off a clutch three-pointer, immediately snatching the lead back for the Warriors. Rowe followed up with a slick hook shot, keeping the Warriors in control, but not for long. Jones, determined to close the gap, stormed through with a thunderous running dunk, bringing the Clippers within reach. Moments later, he surged past the defense again, draining a driving layup and giving the Clippers a crucial lead. The Warriors, though, refused to fold. Knox came charging down the lane for a vicious dunk, keeping the contest razor close. But Brown wasn't letting go of the Clippers' momentum. He calmly stepped back and knocked down a three-pointer, putting the Clippers ahead once more. As if that wasn't enough, Brown then muscled his way to a put-back two-pointer. The Warriors were on the ropes, but Rowe grabbed a crucial rebound off Knox's missed shot and sank a two-pointer, reigniting hope for the Warriors. And just like that, the tides shifted. Waters, cool under pressure, drained a three-pointer, and suddenly the Warriors were back on top by a single point. The crowd was on the edge of their seats. Darling, undeterred, answered with a dagger of his own, a three-pointer that reclaimed the lead for the Clippers. Knox then tied the game with a putback layup, but Brown wasted no time, driving to the rim and finishing with a layup to put the Clippers ahead, 87-85. Brown, unstoppable, extended the lead further with another two-pointer, while the Warriors seemed frozen, unable to respond. With the game slipping away, Waters stepped up and nailed a clutch three-pointer, bringing the Warriors within inches of a comeback. The clock was winding down, and Miller had a golden opportunity to put the game out of reach for the Clippers at the free throw line. But under immense pressure, he only made one. The Warriors were still alive, trailing by just 3 points. And then, in the final second, Waters appeared out of nowhere. He launched a desperation three at the buzzer, and it went in. The crowd erupted in disbelief as Waters stole the win, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. The Warriors had pulled off an incredible comeback, with Waters' buzzer beater sealing one of the most thrilling finishes of the season. What an incredible finish. Waters' buzzer beater sealed the win in dramatic fashion. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. This one was unforgettable. See you next time.